How to cut your own hair in layers. To cut your hair at home, start with washing your hair and air drying it. Do not dry up all the moisture and keep your tresses a bit wet. Use a good pair of scissors that are sharp and give the right shape to your hair. In case you have curly hair, straighten them up and then start with the cutting. Layer 1. Step 1, brush your hair and clear them of all the tangles. Part your hair from the center and divide them into two parts. You need to separate them into smaller sections further so that it is easy for you to cut the hair. Hold them with a clip or clutch so that you do not get confused. Step 2, now take each section, slide your fingers through the hair, and hold it towards the end of your hair strand as a measurement for the length that you want. This way you can be sure that you will not shorten your hair more than what you want. Step 3, start cutting the ends of your hair and get rid of the split ends first. While cutting the ends, face the scissor in an upward direction and cut the strands. A V-shaped cut at the bottom of your hair will make your hair appear voluminous. Repeat this step by separating your hair into sections of both the layers. By the end, your hair will look thicker because all the split ends and thin ends in your hair will be gone. This way you will get a uniform length for your hair which you can further experiment with. Be very careful while cutting your hair this way because if you do not cut your hair properly then you will end up going to a parlor and further shortening your hair. Step 4, now take almost 3-inch hair from the top section of your hair first, the hair from the topmost scalp, and brush it from top to bottom. Hold this section of hair and give deeper cuts this time. When you leave it, you will see your hair cut in layers. Repeat this for all the sections. Use the topmost section as a reference to cut the next sections. Step 5, now if you find that your hair is too frizzy then curl them up and hold them tight. You will find the split ends popping out of the curl and then you can easily cut them. If someday you just want to get rid of your split ends without cutting your hair, then try this method. Step 6, now you are done with the layers. To give a final change, check that the length of your layers is equal and the way you want. Layer 2. Here is another method on how to cut hair in layers in just 10 minutes and get rid of split ends. For this method, you need to have a straightener, a hairbrush, a pair of sharp scissors and 4 hair bands. This is an easy method, and even first-timers can try it. Step 1, straighten your hair from top to the ends so that you can easily cut your hair and make sure that the hair is cut in equal length. Step 2, now untangle your hair and tie a high ponytail right on top of your head. The way you position this ponytail is highly important. This position will decide how the layers will appear at the end. If you tie it right at the top, then the layers at the front will be more and at the back, there will be lesser layers. If you tie your hair at the bottom, then vice versa layers will be formed. Step 3, now tie all the hair with a band and then use another band and tie your hair at the chin length, so that all the hair remains intact. Now add a third band at the end of your hair strands to mark the length of your hair that you will cut. Step 4, cut the hair right at the third band and take out the band. Divide your hair furthermore into 3-4 sections depending on the thickness of your hair and tie up these sections with hair bands. Point cut the ends of your hair with your scissor pointing upwards. This way the cut will not appear blunt.